A lot of our engagements start with what we call an operational assessment. It's where a client knows they need help, but doesn't quite know what they need help with and isn't sure where they should start. We do a lot of assessments where we go in and examine the existing operation, help develop a strategic roadmap, and we always start with people and process first, not equipment, not technology. It's how can we help them improve their existing operation with their existing location and their existing facility. What can you do to just be better in the facility and the operation you're in? Then we look into what are next steps, and all this is based on data that we gather and collect with the client's help and project out 3 to 5 years to see, what are things that make sense. And we try to divide this out into really 3 phases: short term or near term, do it now, that they may or may not need assistance in implementing. Midterm, this is what you do next. And then long term, things you do at some point in the future. Either it's not time right now, or you need to do these other 3 or 4 things before you consider that. And that thing, a lot of times, is what the client wants to do first, but they're not ready. Do they need to expand it? Do they need to replace it? Those are things we go through and help them design alternatives for a future operation, a future DC. And usually it's, low, medium, high when it comes to capital expenditures. And they all have their own characteristics of pros and cons, how much they can store, how much they can ship, how long do they live based on the projected growth of the company. When we perform a DC design and the client is ready to execute and implement that, we can do all that in-house within our internal DCS resources. Their procurement, implementation, installation, commissioning, everything can all be done without changing who your provider is. It's our job to coach them through that process. We do a lot of those type of initial consulting engagements for clients to help them determine what they need to do, when they need to do it, and kind of a budgetary expectation of what it's going to take.